thought I'd do a video about crystals today and about energy chakra centers. A lot of people discuss energy centers and they discuss chakras. Um, a lot of people sort of discuss around energy and around the sense and the feeling of what chakras can feel like when they open up. So the chakras are like any centers in your body. You've got them sort of like you've got your crown chakra, you've got your third eye, you've got your throat chakra, you've got your heart chakra, solar plexus, you've got your sacral chakra, and then you've also got your root chakra. But there's some like minor chakras that are in your hands here as well, and there's loads more chakras across the body as well, and some in your feet as well. So like in the balls of your feet that connect you to the earth, and the chakras are connected to the spine, and the energy sort of like the energy that comes down from the universe goes up and down the spine, and it opens up the chakras, which are the energy centers. So they hold sort of like spiritual energy, but they also help with physical ailments and physical sort of alignment and psychological alignment. So they're very much sort of like in relation to that. So I thought I'd just talk about that because some people talk about chakras, and I've been listening to a few comments and things on Facebook lately about like awakening, and they're talking about like Kundalini and stuff like that. So you can feel awakening in many ways. When I sort of like feel the chakras opening up, I feel energy going into them, I feel light going into them, and then I also feel like they expand. You can also sort of like feel like a feeling on your third eye, or you can feel like sometimes you can feel like an aching in there, but it's like energy starting to move around it and move through it. Same with throat. You can sometimes feel like if you've got like your throat chakra, say that it's expanding, it might make you want to cough like that. So it's like it's clearing the chakra and clearing the energy through it. So that could be one thing. Other things is like when energy start to connect to you, it's like your ears, you feel like your ears clear out, and that could be sort of like receiving sort of more energy to start to sort of like receive like insight and communication from the universe. You can feel it like in your heart chakra there, as it opens up and it becomes very warm, it expands. You can also feel like you expand, so that when the energy starts to connect into you, the whole of your energy feels like it expands as the chakras expand. So there's lots of things that go on when you start to feel chakras. You can feel in your roots of your feet starting to pulsate, starting the energy starting to move around. They can be warm. You can feel warmth. The energy can be warm or it can be cold. But you also can feel like a fizzing or a fuzzing as things start to open up. You can also feel like so as I'm sitting here talking at the moment, I can feel like my right ear, and I feel like it's blocked. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that my energy's blocked. That can mean sort of like something's stuck close, so it's speaking to me, or an energy's close to me as we're talking about this. So there's loads of things that go on when the energy starts to open up, but you can start to feel it move up and down the spine. When I start to feel it, I feel like it becomes. I feel the energy moves up and down the spine, and it starts to expand, and the chakras start to expand. Some people have talked about feeling like when your crown chakra opens up, there's like an elastic band around your head. Sometimes that's just like it's starting to open up, the energy starting to expand and open up. As the energy starts to go through the crown chakra, it expands, and it can start to give you a physical sensation, which is what goes on. You can also feel sort of like energy where it feels like it's tingling on your head, and you can also feel like a heaviness sometimes when it starts to open up. Some people talk about having headaches when they start to have like Kundalini rising. Some of it's just releasing, some of it's just energy coming out, and it's just about just starting to connect into it. The chakras are a great way of aligning yourself and aligning your energy field. It's something that I started, when I started working with them a long time ago. It's one of the first things that I started looking into, chakras. You've also got things like other things that can connect with it, is like Reiki and things like that, which is a universal energy. That very much connects to like the emotional, the spiritual, mental, and the physical body, and that's all. That's all. Like a lot of it's around. The energy centers, they start to open up. They can connect to like the meridians in the bodies as well, and the body as well. It's all about the sort of like a more of a holistic system as we become like a whole person. It's about the whole of the spiritual journey. For me, is about integration, and it's one of the biggest things that I talk about within the videos that I do. Is about integration. It's about sort of living in a more spiritual way. So when you start becoming more spiritual, you become more centered, you become more harmonious. It's how do you bring that into your life? Because life is so full of distraction. That's the idea, and things like the chakras and open up specific parts of like the energy centers within your spiritual being can also help to heal you physically, emotionally, and mentally. And that's the idea of sort of like the chakras. They also work, and they open up and receive energy for spiritual energy, for like guidance and healing and universal, information. There's very many ways of doing like and working with the chakras. And again, it's about sort of like what's opening up for you, what's working for you. You'll know if a chakra's blocked. I mean, there's another way of doing it as well. I mean, I was talking about crystals. I've just been sort of feel like I need to sort of like come over to crystals as well. You've got like dowsers that you just put above your head, and you'll see them move. So like if it goes like from side to side, you got to put it above you, sort of like your crown chakra. It's moving from side to side, and this sort of like means that it's open. If the crystal's not moving at all, it means that the chakra's blocked. You can just like put them in front of your third eye, but you've obviously got to make sure it's sealed, and then you just see that they start to move. You'll see like things start to move, and if the dowser starts to move from side to side, it's showing that the chakra's open. However, if it's not moving, then it means that it's closed. So then that will tell you that you can start to sort of put energy within that center. You can do it all the way down the whole body. Usually when I do it, it moves from side to side, and then if you just see like a chakra that feels like it's blocked, or there's not a lot of energy going into it because there's very little movement, then you just focus your energy into that. And that's another way of doing this, another way of sort of looking at your energy and making sure it's balanced, because everything is about balance and harmony. And this is very much what I sort of like talking about with around chakras. And it's very much around sort of like making sure that you start to balance. But there are certain chakras that you can use. I know you got like purple sort of like crystals, amethyst chevron, ametrine, but any kind of sort of like deep rich purple sort of colour, you tend to use those like on the third eye. I mean, you can use things like labradorite on the third eye as well, and all that's to like give you clarity of mind, clarity of vision. It can be used for visioning as well. So like the chakras connect also to like spiritual crystals. I mean, you've got like things like clear quartz that you would use like on the third on like the crown chakra again, because that's like, it's a high frequency crystal and it opens you up to the universe, so you can start to align your energy with the universal flow, which is also sort of like connect with the vibration with the universe, and that will be able to also bring down and connect with like the law of attraction, things like that. And you can use these kind of crystals. You can use selenite to purify, cleanse your energy, which can be used as well. You've got hematite. It's a very grounding crystal. It's very magnetic, so it grounds you to sort of like the energy of the earth as well. You've got things like smoky quartz. They all connect to the root chakra. Carnelian connects to obviously the sacral chakra, and these kind of ones are like around sort of like personal will. The root chakra is around sort of physical emotions. So like red jasper, things like that can help with it. Smoky quartz and also black tourmaline. Black tourmaline looks at like negative emotions. It gives protection. Smoky quartz uplifts it and then dissolves any kind of negative sort of vibration and starts to connect it more into like a positive vibration. So it's sort of like it brings that balance again, and it lifts your frequency as well. And then you've got like solar plexus, which is citrine, which is creativity. And obviously, sorry, Carlean as well is will, but it's also like personal power. And solar plexus is like your creativity. It's like co-creation, and it's sort of like it definitely works with. I feel like the citrine is where you really start to connect with that law of attraction as well, because it's like the universal law of attraction. Because citrine is very much around sort of like creativity and abundance. So it's very much connecting to what you sort of like pull in into your energy system. So it's about, or you can also use these crystals and these energy centers, these chakras, to heal yourself physically, but also to open up and start to sort of like attract things within your life as well. Then you've obviously got the heart chakra. Obviously you've got like rose quartz, pink calcite, things like that. I know like green aventurine sort of connects to that as well, very much around prosperity, but malachite as well. You can use these kind of crystals as well. I mean, the heart chakra to me is very much around sort of like harmony, peace, universal love and nurturing, but it's also about growth, opening new knowledge, new understanding. It's not just, it doesn't just connect into the heart in that way. So you've got that kind of connection as well. So there's many ways to work with the chakras and the energies, and it's just like, this is just a quick video just trying to get people to start to think about opening up their energy fields and their energy centers, because it's really important at this time for balance. And obviously with the world that we live in, which is very stressful and very chaotic, having balance is a key thing, a key tool, as well as having harmony. You've got like again the throat chakra. This can be like kyanite, this can be like lapis lazuli, many sort of like anything to do with like blue crystal, sodalite, all these kind of things work on like communication. They open up your throat chakra. It's about speaking your truth, very much sort of connects into that. But lapis lazuli as well can also be about knowledge and ancient wisdom and things like that as well. We've talked about like the third eye as well, so we talked about like it being a purple colour. So you've got amethyst, you've got chevron amethyst. You've got things like the Super 7 can be used for that as well. All of those kind of crystals that start to sort of like connect and bring insight, but also bring clarity and wisdom as well. Bring like this insight and wisdom. It connects you to the universal source, as well as like the crown chakra, with like the clear quartz. All of these kind of tools can help you sort of be more balanced with your energy, but also start to use your energy in a way that starts to allow you to create within your own lives, to start to bring in what kind of energy frequencies you want in your life. And this is very much around this. So this sort of like video is around that today, that chakras and all of that are interconnected, and also obviously crystals can be used in that way. I don't leave my house. I don't leave a house or go to work without crystals on me. I've always got them on. Then they hold like divine frequencies. They hold like spiritual frequencies, and they help to like, because they have that essence in it. They have that like that blueprint of creation and the blueprint of the source, that they align our own energy, our own spiritual energy. So they're a great tool for that. And as long as you cleanse and clear them and purify them, they serve you for a very, very long time. You can program them as well for certain things that you're looking for. So that's the video for today.